Live now. We are. I think the countdown's gone. It's Friday. It's episode 176. It's the 18th. It's the 18th of April. If anybody can tell me where the first 3 months went, that'd be absolutely amazing. Because we've been looking for it, haven't we, Sarah? We've been looking for the first 3 months of the year.
Yeah.
Where have they gone? Hello, Chocy Chat. How's everybody doing? Just getting votes. I'm going to talk to everybody about the Chocy Chat stickers. Should we say some hellos out? Diana, I can see. Who else? Cokie Lily, Linda and Jordan, Emelina, sister in Puerto Rico. Hello, hello. Mo the baker. She makes the best cakes, right?
Yeah. Those cakes are delicious.
Yeah, I ate all of them.
All of them.
Ruth is there. Hello, Ruth. How is everybody doing? Crackly voice tonight. Better drink some Ribena, hadn't I? How's everybody doing? Any Chocy Chat? So it's Easter weekend. All the sales should have gone out now. I think from what I've seen, yeah, some real success. Actually, some people have been doing really, really well. Really good sales this year. So it popped into my head then. I'll come back to that one in a minute. So Paula there, Fusion Chocolates. Hello, hello. Gina down New Zealand. Who else? Madame Sucre. He's in West Texas and very summery. It's very summery Texas. It's the end of chocolate making, isn't it? Unless you've got incredible AC. Coco Lily there in Florida. Hello, hello. Karen, how are you? It's all been classes last few days. All been classes. It's all been cocoa butters. Topping up. Unraveling a bit more of the website. It's been a challenge. What is that?
A tea bag.
Chocy Chat crew getting in the way. Oh, never in the way, ever. Yeah, it's all been classes this week, and then just catching up with cocoa butters and just getting fully topped up. Yeah, as I say, in Easter, I think some people had some incredible success. Absolutely. If I said I like Easter and Halloween. Halloween's just lovely to decorate for because it's kind of one-off and you get to do some fun things. I think the thing that I like about Easter is when you do eggs, it's just a little bit more real estate to paint with, and I think the creative side really comes out, and it's lovely to see it. And there's no reason why you can't do eggs any other time of the year, right? I think it'd be a really interesting selling point because they're a little bit bigger, and you can always do it on the proviso that I missed Easter, so I bought you this, right? Good opportunity there, always. Mo the baker saying it's lashing down. Yeah, but you're in Northern Ireland and it rains, right? What else is it known for? Grange Chocolates, I'm good. Alex Eats, hello. Gina at Surfer Lake Chocolates saying happy Easter, everyone. One of the girls got given an Easter egg and they were like, I won't say what brand, but they got given this chocolate thing and they're like, no, you're right. It's like, what have I created? The blind chocolatier, hi, one more day, then 4 days off of eggs, but some random ones to sell and a few next day eggs. Good job, it doesn't take 4 days. Happy days. We're taking a break next week. Just taking a break. We work 7 days a week and it's hard. We went to Rome and honestly we have not stopped. It's been hands-on classes. It's just been day after day after day after day. So kind of we decided early this morning, we were sat down having coffee, me and Mrs. So Sassy, and we're like, do you know, can we just take a break because it's pretty full on for us. Huge sales, huge volumes, very complicated. We've both got like domestic sales and then retail sales, and it gets huge for us. And there is really only the two of us with the girls helping. They do labelling, they do bits and pieces. Actually, they're quite crucial with all those bits. So we decided we're going to take a week off. So there's going to be no orders going out next week. Certainly between Monday's a bank holiday, so there'll be no orders going out. So there's nothing going to be going out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we'll be back to post orders out Sunday for next Monday, the 28th, right? So yeah, we're taking a break. Just so I'll send some emails out and I'll post some stories, and you'll see where we're going if we're going away. Nikki Parsons, 71, no relation to me whatsoever, has joined. This is her first live, so hey, say hello to Nikki. I think Nikki's just recently joined the chocolate chat page, which reminds me, I'm going to talk about stickers. Hello, Nikki. Everybody say hello. Welcome to the chocolate gang. It is a good chocolate gang. Hello from Palo Alto, California. Creative Confections. Hello, hello. It's a new name. Welcome to any newbies joining us. Come and say hi. If you've got questions, go and ask. If I can answer, I will answer. If I don't know the answer, no BS, I'll say I don't know. But I do know a few people that might know. And I can always come back to you. Louis did a really good live the other night. And he was showing, he uses a Badger airbrush. Not a fan for me. I don't like the glass. I don't like suction airbrushes. Because you press down and you get spray. I much prefer dual action where you press down and need to pull back. Kind of feel like it gives me a bit more control, and also that's kind of just what I'm used to. That's what I've been spraying with for the last 36 years. But Louis, yeah, he did his live that he did the other night, and I spoke to him afterwards, and he's like, oh, you know, we get these little bits, and he gave us a little tour of his chocolate room. It was quite fascinating, actually. Proper boys' cave of thousands of moles. But go have a watch of that, because he did the connector for the Badger airbrushes is quite complicated, and he showed everybody how to do a little hack to get around it, and it was really, really good, actually. Really, really good. Hello, Larson. Hello, hello. May Chocolate's joined us. Hello, Ellen. I can see. Coming to Austin for our workshop. I don't think I can get away. May is crazy busy for me. Just a little bit too short notice. We are planned kind of 6-8 months in advance, and I've got classes. I've got so many things going on in May. I think nipping out the country is going to be a little bit of a challenge. So. Have to say, great advice last week, thank you. Did an offer on my chocks, and my community really supported me, and lots gone on. Also sold out of the eggs. Grange chocolates. If you know, I think for everybody, if you ever get stuck, I've said this gazillion times, right? You have to go and find your customers, and you do that by, you know, as Pedro mentioned today in the Chocky Chat, he said, like, are newsletters worth it? Newsletters, posts, stories, reels, hashtags. You've just got to, when you post lots to stories, it kind of looks a little bit boring, right? To you, but only 10% of your followers see stories. Reels goes out to a much wider audience. The right hashtags people will search on, because people follow hashtags. So, you know, where we live, Hailing Island, you put on the hashtag Hailing Island, and it'll tell you all sorts of bits and pieces that are going on. And people are used to doing that now. So with chocolate, people that are working from home, what you've really got to do is go and find your customers. Because if you think building a website and making some amazing products and you sit back and wait for people to find you, it's not going to happen. You need to go and do markets. You know, if markets get cancelled, you've kind of got to spin that to say, the market was cancelled, but hey, we've got all this, and this is the prices, is this what we're making? And you've got to work really hard, not at social media, but at marketing yourself, not sales. Sales is a different thing. Marketing, sales are very different things. Marketing is telling everybody about the magic that you do. Sales is a strategy of what would I charge, how much would I charge, what's the profit yields, all those kind of, they're the metrics that you kind of should know about, but don't get too obsessed with them. Once you get into much bigger business, those metrics start, you know, for instance, we will look at what sold this year, we will look at what sold last year, and we'll analyse them, so we can kind of build a picture of, you know, what happened in December just gone, and what were the sales like, and what sold first, and that starts building as a picture. And whether we would price it this way, whether we would do, I don't know, that's sales, right? Marketing is just constantly telling people, I'm here, this is what I do, this is what I make, this is me, come and have a look, come and have a buy, come and have a purchase, right? Go and find your customers. You have to go and find your customers. They're out there, and there's enough of them. There is enough of them. Melissa Root's there. Hello, Melissa. She's a good friend of mine, Melissa. She's funny. We were having a lovely chat this week. Strawberry Red. Hello. Flying Banana's there. Flying Banana's not at work for once. He's just moved into a lovely new home with the most incredible chocolate studio, and I am really looking forward to seeing what Paul does with that. So Andrew up in Aberdeen, styling chocolates. Who else have we got? Lots, man. The workshop in Austin, chocolate chocolates. If you get in touch with Ruth, she will tell you all about it. Basically, there's a forum called eGullet, and Kerry, I think Kerry from Easy Temper is organising this one. So I think it's the people from eGullet. Ruth will correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's all the people from eGullet, and they kind of do a meetup. They're going to do a meetup in Austin, and I think they're going to paint, they're going to decorate, they're going to share ideas and do all those bits and pieces at a hotel. They did invite me. It was a little bit short notice. I'm going to send them some goodies, but I'm not going to be able to make this one. I am hoping with a bit of planning I'll be able to make the next one though, that's for sure. Billy's there, Scottish chocolates. It's all good, it's good. Did I tell you, so Mo's coming over to Westminster Abbey next month for the VE Day, so Victory in Europe 80th anniversary, then the concert in the evening at Holsgard's. Huge amount of stuff. Obviously, where we live here was huge to do with certainly Second World War, because the D-Day, a lot of them left from this island, a lot of them left to go across to France from this island, and you still see all the markers on the beach where all the landing crafts were lined up, and then the bunkers and the harbour that got floated out across. If you go down to the other end of Hayling Island, the harbours that sunk before they had a chance to float them, to take them across to France, they're all still there in the harbour and very visible. So, Mo, I hope you have a nice time. I'm sure it'll be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Enjoy it, definitely. Paul saying he's just home from the night shift. Mrs. So Sassy's joined us. Right, let me tell you what's happening. I did a post on the Chocy Chat page, and a couple of things I want to talk to you about. One is the YouTube channel, and the other one is the Chocy Chat Facebook page. We're looking for a new sticker, and rather than me sitting down, and I'm just not the most technically minded person, right? I'm creative and I can make stuff and do stuff, but sit at a computer, not my thing. I get bored and I come up with a list of things that I need to do, and then I go and do those things and forget the tasks that I'm supposed to be doing. But different story that. So we asked on the Chocy Chat page, would people, for a small prize, design a new Chocy Chat sticker? And we got quite a few nice entries, and Rani and I were looking at them, and Mrs. So Sassy said, I quote, "I like all of them. I think you should print all of them." So I think we're going to pick a winner based on who votes on the Chocy Chat page. Oddly, what's happened is people have started going, I like 2, 3 and 4. So this is going to be a little bit of a nightmare for me to count up, and I'm sure there will be some issues over it. Bear with me, I might just pick my favourite. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to print all of them off, so that when you get orders, you don't know which one you're going to make. I guess I need to, if you end up with 2 of the same stickers, you're going to have to do swapsies with somebody else in Chocy Chat, aren't you? But as we are just one great community, I think that's probably not a bad thing anyway, right? So I think what we're going to do is arrange, once we've had a break and we come back, Sunday night I'm going to choose the winner, and then I'll let them know and we'll get them butters sent out to them. If you ever want to have a go at creating a sticker, go and have a look at the page. Go and have a look at the Chocy Chat page, and you can have a look and see what that was all about. Because there's some really fantastic ones. But we wanted to do a new sticker that we put in with the orders. So that's where we're at with that one. And then Mrs. So Sassy said, I like all of them. Let's do all of them. So we're going to do all of them, right? Right, Ruth saying, so yes, I'm correct with the e-gullet, but everybody is welcome. So if you are, Ruth, can you just tell us what the dates are for that? And then if anybody is interested, they can contact you, I guess, to find out the costs and where it is and all that kind of thing. I'm sure it will be, it's just going to be a giant Chocy Chat crew visit, isn't it, right? So you're not in Texas. Okay, so Paul's nailed it, because Rania said, well, if you get all 7 stickers, then what? Right. But I'm in charge of sending the stickers out, so we will come up with something for that. I don't know what it is about the stickers, but we ran out a while ago. I didn't order any more. I said to Salma on one of the lives, we need to get some more stickers done. It went on my list of many things that I need to do or have to complete. And it kind of fell by the wayside. And even when I did that post, which was a couple of weeks ago, it was like, oh, I need to do that. I need to do it. You know, you have these things on your shoulder just constantly in your ear saying, you need to do this, you need to do this. That's my life at the moment. Yeah, what does happen if you get all 6 stickers, all 7 stickers? It's only 7 at the minute, but there could be more. Chocky Chat stickers are the new football cards. Chocky Chat's a thing, right? Chocky Chat. It's people connecting all over the world because of Chocky Chat. And I don't own it. You guys do, right? You're Chocky Chat. I am also a member of Chocky Chat. I just get to sit here and chat all night. So it's May the 16th to the 18th. Room for one more, if you're interested. All right, Ruth, I think you got one more attending. Yeah, Ruth, I'll sort that out when I get back. More than enough time to get those out to you. Happy days. Did I miss a question? Right, I'll tell you what's happening with the... Did Mo the baker then just say she's not remotely creative? Did you see the flowers? Did you see the sugar flowers that I showed? Mo saying that she's not creative. I don't know. I think there's a lot of people that would challenge that statement, Miss Baker. Definitely. Mo's not creative. There's no hope for any of us then, is there? So, YouTube channel. So last Saturday, I had to upload all the live chats from September. So they're all on the channel. So what's happening with, I think Facebook, I got an email from Facebook and I got another message from Instagram saying, any lives that we have, I think it's May the 24th. So after the 24th, any lives that you post, so any lives that you do that you then post will only be available for 30 days. After that 30 days, it will then be deleted. So, which is strange, I think, from Instagram, because what it means is everybody going to go and just download their thing and then take it to another platform, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So what I need to do is, and I need to get back into the habit of doing this, is when I finish the live is I come back and I download it through InstaSave and then upload it to YouTube. I can't tell you how long that took me Tuesday. I had to do from September. I think it was the second one, like the 19th of September, every week, all the way up. But they're all loaded. It's all live. They're all up there. They're all in order, I think now. I think pretty much all 175 or 174 are there. So, but yeah, that took a little bit of work. Mo the Baker, I don't believe you at all. I don't believe you. Levoco Chocolate, Space Down in Weymouth, that makes amazing things. Dr. Mara, how are you? I haven't spoken to you in a while. Castlemaine Chocolates. We are all good here. We are all good. Hello. Saying some hellos out. Gosh, you've got people in Azerbaijan. Hello. Hi, liquid colour, must I mix with cocoa butter? I wouldn't put liquid colouring in with cocoa butter, it won't work. You can't mix an oil into cocoa butter, because when you then, it will colour it, I don't doubt, it will colour it. And you'd probably be okay to spray afterwards, but what you'll find is it won't dry, and the oil will stop the cocoa butter tempering. You see this with people that do the CBD. I did a class today actually with somebody that uses CBD oil, and the amounts that they can put in. This is somebody, it's Vauban Patisseries based in Florida. She can only put so much in, otherwise it just completely ruins the temper. And we were talking about easy temper and options to do this, but there is a finite amount that you can put in, and it's like 1.2% of oil. If you've got a liquid colour, if you put it into the cocoa butter, your cocoa butter then won't temper, because And oil is still liquid at room temperature, whereas the cocoa butter will become solid at room temperature. So when you spray your mould and it dries, you'll end up with all the oil droplets in the mould. When you then go and shell, you will have big bits of colour still left in the mould. And I think the worst thing is when you pick the chocolates up, it'll be all over your fingers, right? I wouldn't. Good homework for the kids, YouTube. It took me many hours. That was a long day. And you know what? It's just one of those tasks. It needed doing. It's got to be done. And, you know, it's just kind of getting the right mindset of, I need to upload all of these. I need to write all the descriptions and I need to get them loaded up. Otherwise, we're going to lose them all. And I think I think it's the 24th of May. Anything that's live, which is unfortunate, I think, because I think a lot of people go back to the lives and then watch them and pick up any tips or questions or bits and pieces that have gone on. And so it's a learning resource. I did reach out to your man at Instagram. He's not come back to me yet. I think it needs rethinking. I think there are a lot of people that share information in terms of lessons, in terms of quality information, and use the platform because I think Instagram attracts a certain caliber of people. Facebook's very different. I think if I looked at my Facebook, you get very childish comments on things. I don't seem to get that at all on Instagram. And then YouTube tends to be a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? People that just follow to write stupid sarcastic things, right, and then move on. And then when you look at their page and you look at all the comments, it's like they've written the same thing on 100 pages. So you got to pick your audience, you got to pick your platform, right? And for TikTok, it's not something I've ever kind of gotten into. I think you get lots of views. I'm not sure if you get lots of purchases, right? Dolce Mara saying hello. So Lavoca chocolates. Hi everyone. I finally finished Easter. Took a deep sigh of relief, and the next morning realised I'd forgotten my son. Here I am making eggs again. Oh no! But for the best customer. That's a shocker, isn't it? You've forgotten the children. Oh dear me! I can't believe you've come and said that on here. Awkward. Family first, right? Get them to make their own, right? Best Easter egg ever. Just show them how to buy. Kids are brilliant at this as well. If you give them, if you temper the cocoa butters for them and put them out and just let them paint, right? They love it. They are painting something that they can eat themselves, and the joy that brings is just incredible. If you have to save the videos, will you still lose those, or just the videos you post? So no, there's going to be no storage for them, Jason. So any, from what I understand, from the email that I understand, any emails, any lives that I save will go. So all the ones that are, technically 175 posts will disappear from my Instagram feed, which is why I spent so much time loading them up onto YouTube. So that's what they've announced. I think there's maybe going to be a backlash on this because, like I said, I think Instagram, it's not always about pretty videos and pictures. Actually, it's a really good learning resource for people, and some real quality information when it comes to the arts or it comes to activities. From bushcraft to hiking to painting to nail art to chocolatiers to all of it. I think there's some incredible creators that produce stuff on Instagram live and then save it and people go back to it. Why they would make that decision on storage, I don't know, when Facebook clearly has enough storage space. So I'm baffled as to why they're doing that, but they are, right? So Mo the Baker's saying, yeah, TikTok is hard work for not much return. For sure, you can get good analytics. It's easy to get followers, easy to get views. Does it produce purchases? I don't know, because you'd have to have the link in there to take it to your website. So don't know, not something I've ever gotten to grips with. I can tell you that where we've made videos on TikTok and then cross-posted them, on TikTok they've done away, but on Instagram they flopped because it's got that icon on it, and I just don't think that helps with the algorithm, right? I think what Instagram wants you to do is use Instagram, and we're all still waiting for Instagram to come up with better quality editing tools, because they're a little bit basic. It's all right for the odd reel, but if you really wanted to dial down a little bit more, we can't reverse things, can't really do much at all actually. We end up having to take it to a different platform to create a reel that you can do better things with, and then repost it again. So Chrissy, good evening. Hello, Chocky Chat Crew. You can't paint oil into moulds and then shell with chocolate. That won't work either. We need to do cocoa butter that's coloured, and it needs to be tempered, and then you paint it in the moulds. Talking of videos, or talking of tempering, I did. Where are they? I've hidden them. I went to see these people for the day. Like, I need some more of these, right? It's a nice new one there. New colour there. 2 new colours. So I did a day filming with Thermapen, and I get on with Thermapen really, really well. Stephanie, who's in the marketing team there, known each other for a long, long time, done lots of work together. So we filmed a video and they sent me the final snap. I can't launch the video yet until they've launched theirs. So there is a video that's going to be on tempering, seeding, and then another video that is cocoa butter tempering, which they've made. Those videos are going to go up onto our website. They're also going to get posted onto YouTube once they've launched their version of it, and then there's some edits that are coming out. But we had the day and we went through seeding, and made the shells start to finish, made the chocolate absolutely start to finish. And I had a mould. There's a mould that I've been showing everybody that they. Do you know how absolutely sure I am of my tempering cocoa butter process, and I guess like my ability to teach. I am so in tune with that one of the guys that was on the course in Bahrain in January sprayed a mould. Okay, and I've had this. It's travelled back and forth. It's been on the shelf here. We've looked after it. When I went up to do the filming with Thermapen, I looked at the mould and went, well, you know what, I'll take that and I'll shell that one. And I'm so sure of my teaching practice that I was absolutely no doubt that we could take that mould that was a 3 months old, that was painted in Bahrain by a student, and we sprayed the mesh and we did some different designs in it. That I took it there, I seeded with chocolate, so I didn't use silk, I didn't use easy temper, we just seeded chocolate from raw. Shelled it and turned out the shells, and they are just shiny, bright, absolutely. And that's the mould, and the only thing that didn't happen was that there, and it was just a tiny little bit of temperature, just the temperature of the chocolate. Because I think if anybody's ever done any filming, to do a 1 minute 20 film was kind of 7-8 hours of filming, where you do a step and then they change the camera and they do another step, and you have to do another mould, and then you have to turn, then you have to do the voiceover and do all those little bits and pieces. So I think where we shelled that one, I think the chocolate was just a little bit too low, because I can't show it now. Can I get that one out? The butter came out as a chunk, not flakes. And when I see that, as always, chocolate temperature. So the video is coming out. The video is going to go up onto our YouTube channel. The video is also going to go onto our website, and it talks about all the temperatures, and it talks about what you should do and why you should do it, and why you should be gentle with the heat, and why I don't use a heat gun, and why I prefer using a hairdryer, and how long can you keep chocolate in temper. You can keep chocolate in temper indefinitely. You just got to be careful with it. You just got to keep warming it. But if you warm it too aggressively, you melt the beta crystals, and when there isn't beta crystals, it's out of temper. And for anybody that's doing big volume now, they will all tell you the same thing. Chocolate's actually quite forgiving when you get it into bigger volumes, right? So much easier to keep 10 kilos of chocolate in temper than it is 500 grams in a bowl, right? Because it's just cooling down too quickly. And anybody that's doing volume will tell you, it's actually quite forgiving. And so those videos are coming out. So once Thermapen has posted that, then I'll do my one. And you'll get to see all that, and you can have a watch and go to the channel, and then I'll have a chat with them about possibly a discount code for the Thermapen one, because the new ones are quite amazing. And I did touch on something last week that we're having a look at that bit for us chocolatiers. We need that bit to do something different, and they weren't aware of that. And I think it's always interesting when companies look at the equipment that we use. We ask of it so many other different things than what their intention was, but this is how research and development works, right? Made Chocolate saying, I let my kids make their own bunnies, was fun for everyone. How is it tidying up though? My kids did make their own, made them temper and everything this time. They loved it. However, the Easter Bunny still has to deliver. Yeah. Let's hope everybody is panic buying and buying eggs tomorrow. That'd be a good thing, right? Definitely be a good thing. You don't have to take eggs off the shelf next week. You don't even have to say that they're old. You know, I've seen this trick many a time with butchers who say, here's, if you missed out on Easter, here's some new collections of the Easter meats, right? And they were just as good a price, right? So new website is great, James. Thank you. It's been on and off a little bit this week. We had to break it down and do some quite severe maintenance on it. Some very erratic pricing. There were some orders coming through, but it was just charging actually astronomical shipping. It's like, how can the shipping be that much? Thankfully, I think everybody that's ordered, everybody that's encountered a problem has been really understanding. And I you know, Rania and I were talking about this, along with the developer, and he's like, you've got the most loyal customers that are telling you they're not going to order because they've spotted there's a price problem. And I think there are other areas where people would go, well, the bottle's that price, so I'm going to order, and they have to honour it. Actually, it's been the other way for us. Where there's been a problem, people have come forward and said, oh, by the way, James, this somebody spotted caramel. I think it was Caramelita. The Caramelita, and they're like, it's you know, the small bottle's this price, but the big bottle's £990, and of course they're not going to order. But on the flip reverse, I think there was Affinity Silver, which was a penny, and I got a message from somebody that said, you might just want to jump in quick because that's at the wrong price. And you know, even the developer said to us, like, your customers are the most loyal I've ever come across. A lot of people would really abuse that. So thank you to everybody that's been helpful in that. But yeah, enjoying the website. I think we've got a couple of colours that we need to just. I think the lemon tree just looks a little bit too green, but we put everything up across 5 different screens, and every single one looked different. So they are only a suggestion. I think if you want to have a look at, you know, go to the gallery. If you see any posts, if you see anything on my page, and there's a colour that you're looking for, don't be afraid to go. Can just take a snapshot of it and say, what colour's that one? Because a lot of people do that. Do you know what colour blue is this, or what green is that? So, and I'm able to identify. I'll put my special glasses on, or I'll ask the girls. I can ask any of the girls actually, what colour is this? I was filling bottles today in the workshop, and Sarah walked in and said, oh, you're doing leaf green. And there's nothing around to say it's leaf green. She just knows what that looks like, right? So we're enjoying the website. It's nice. I think it's easier for people to touch. I think we've got some other tags to do. I think orange gold doesn't show up because it's not got a category tag on it. So when you do the oranges and yellows, orange gold doesn't show. But if you go to the main shop page and click Cocoa Butters, you get page 1, 2, 3 and 4. They're all in alphabetical order, so you'll be able to find it that way. I think another question we've got is, why isn't any of those categories? Yeah, well, technically white's not a colour, so it wouldn't be in any of those swatches. It'd be out there on its own. So I think if you go to page 4, you'll find that one. So question: if you put a hazelnut in a caramel bonbon, does the small amount of water in the caramel affect the nut over time? Yes, it does, Billy, but not for about 4 weeks. For about 4 weeks, you're good. Obviously, though, the key part is how thin or thick that caramel is. If we're putting I don't have any here, do I? Because I gave them away. We will do a half caramel, half hazelnut, and we put a whole hazelnut in it. We roast the hazelnuts low and slow. So hazelnuts go in the oven at 140 degrees or 150 degrees for an hour, not 180 degrees for 15 minutes. They will eventually brown, but what we're trying to do is dry the nut out and get all the moisture out of it. Okay, so low and slow, not hot and fast, right? Nuts, cook them low and slow. if that caramel's a little bit thicker and just add a little bit more chocolate to it to thicken it more, and it might only be, you know, for 200 grams of caramel, which would be enough to do 2 or 3 molds, I think, that half. Just add another kind of 25 grams of chocolate will make it much firmer and create a better barrier with that water. Don't sink the nut into it, just sit it on top and then pipe the Gandouille or praline straight over it, and you'll find that the majority of that nut is covered by the hazelnut, not by the caramel. What I wouldn't do is put a nut in the bottom of the mould and then pipe caramel over the top of it. But it would still be good for about 4 weeks, right? After that, it starts to go soft. And then I think, if I recall, about week 12 with caramel, it goes a little bit squashy. So there's still a little bit of, just tastes like an old nut. And then if you get much further out, I think the challenge is like people that put nuts into ganache, over a period of time, not only do they go slough, but they go a little bit squashy and slimy, and it's not particularly pleasant. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, you can, absolutely. Do we have shipping to Algeria? I don't know. We ship to Morocco. I don't know. Mrs. So Sassy after. I will ask that question. Samada Arts, if you send me a message and I'll get an answer to you. Yeah, send me a message. Send me a DM and I'll get back to you. So, Deborah Davis, hello. Deborah did a class this week on fillings. And for anybody that's done the fillings class with me, you will know when we get into that subject of caramel, kind of what you can do. And I love that moment where they get that light switch and they're like, think of all the things that you can make with caramel. For anybody that's done my caramel class, you will know that what you can do is just limitless. So you don't always need to have a ganache. It doesn't always need to be a praline, but caramels can be quite helpful. If you know how to make a fruit caramel, and you understand the science of how that works, and you understand how to do a dry caramel, and we add deglazed with cream, we can then change the flavour to it, and change the texture of it, change the colour of it, change the thickness of it. So yeah, Deborah did that class with me this week, and it's like, there was a moment where she's like, and we finished, and I was like, you're going to run to the shop now and get cream, aren't you? It's just brilliant. Maychox, your children helped with cleaning and washing up. Yeah, was that on the proviso that they don't get the eggs unless you do? Like a bit of bribery, right? So, your colour, can I use it without cocoa butter? No, all our colours are pre-mixed. I don't send powders. We don't do, I get a lot of questions. Will I sell the powder? No, I won't sell the powders. Shipping the powders comes under different cost regulations. So, the license to do that, and the simple reason is, when I mix it and it's in a solid state, if that was on an aeroplane or is in cargo and that's split open, cleaning that up is really, really easy. Can you imagine if you had batches of red colouring and it's split open on an aircraft or in a courier aircraft? Can you imagine the cleanup? Can you even imagine the insurance claim for something like that? So shipping powdered colours comes with very different regulations, very different controls, and it would mean the shipping costs would probably be 3 or 4 times what they are with a solid product. So we don't sell the powders. A lot of the colours now we have made for us, right? So not an area I'm going to get into. We will shortly be looking at the gel colours for patisserie and icings, and then we're going to look at the water-based colours for airbrushing cakes and patisserie stuff, right? But the powders, no. But all, cocoa butter needs tempering, and like I said, when this video comes out, you'll understand it. Tempering is a process of cooling it down very quickly, so we ensure that beta crystals are formed, right? And then you paint, and then you let it dry, and then you temper your chocolate by putting beta crystals into it, either seeding or adding them. And then you would shell, right? So Temptation Chocolates in Ireland there, they do some lovely stuff. Kelly's there, hi Kelly. Oh, Dancing Lion chocolates. Emily, we haven't started eating your chocolates yet because we've had a little bit on this week, the girls in and out, so I will come back to you, because we're gonna I think we're gonna sit down. It's either tomorrow, it's gonna be Sunday. We're gonna do a massive. Linda, why aren't you seeing? I think everybody else has seen the comments here, no? Philip Vieira had a good laugh the other day. Came across a chocolate course where the teacher was saying that coloured cocoa butter doesn't need to be tempered for painting in the moulds. Yeah. So okay, so Louis. So how long? I chat to Louis all the time, and we're both indifferent. Now, he says that he just melts his, but he melts it under a certain temperature, so there would still be beta crystals in there, and he does shake it. Therefore, the activation and distribution of those beta crystals will still be there. Has he tempered it? No, it was already tempered. So, technically, if you want to paint with cocoa butter, or you want to use cocoa butter in something, you need to ensure the right crystals are in there, and we do that by tempering. So if you just melted a bottle of colour and gave it a good shake, it might work, it might not work. It depends on how aggressively you heated it, right? It always makes me laugh when I see this thing about using silk or using mycryo. Melt the chocolate to 45, cool it down to 36, and add the beta crystals, and it's like... I had a class this week with exactly that problem. That's what they were told. I was told to melt the chocolate. They're using mycryo, right? I'm not going to say who it is, because I think we unravelled so many bloody mysteries that day that it wasn't a beginner course. It was let's unravel all this stuff that doesn't work. Because, as they told me what's gone wrong, I then looked at it and said, well, it's this. And it was all temperature driven. But the advice was to melt the chocolate to 45, allow it to cool down to 36, so that all the, and this was the advice, so that all the unwanted crystals have floated away. Crystals floating away. They're in there, they melt at a low temperature. Nearly, crystals 1, 2, 3, and 4 are fats and sugars in chocolate, and they all melt under 27 degrees, all of them, right? The only one we're interested in is beta 5 crystal, the 5th crystal, and that melts at 33.8. And then the 5th crystal creates the beta 6 crystal, and the beta 6 crystal is rock hard, and that forms from 72 hours out and out and out, continues to crystallize, right? And the older chocolate is, the harder it is to snap, right? That's because everything's bound up. So you have to be careful where you get classes, right? I think you have to be careful. This is why I don't really go on the forum at all, because it's amateurs advising amateurs, and I read some stuff on there that just makes me shake my head, like. And I'd love to chip in and write something, but I kind of fear that you just get shot down by the real experts that know exactly what they're doing, right? Because they've got years and years of knowledge of how to fix this. I've had a couple of thousand students in the last few years, and a lot of you have kind of built business on the back end of doing classes with me, so I'm confident I know what I'm doing, right? Kelly's doing tech support. I chatted to Kelly last night, actually. There were people asking about the tariffs in America, and are we still shipping? We ship lots to America. We ship almost daily to America. I don't think the tariffs are in at the minute, but unfortunately, the leadership could just click their fingers and then tonight the tariffs are on. I think you need to just kind of live your life and order what you need to. I don't want to get into politics. I don't think America can afford to put tariffs on everyone. I don't. You can end up, the only people that pay is the end user. That's it. That's it. And it's pretty hurtful. I'd much prefer a free market. Biggest frustration for us is the EU. You couldn't even send a Mars bar to the EU without somebody jumping on it and going, ooh, tax. So it would be so much better if it was a free market, right? People could just buy what they wanted to buy where they wanted to buy, right? Frustrating. Doesn't help small businesses. Does not help small businesses at all. This. So. Yeah, that was one of my questions actually. Maybe Emily, you never know. Chocy, I'm travelling to London in June. We'll be staying at an apartment residence for 5 nights. Would love to be able to order your colours to be delivered, but there, do you think that will be a problem? No, it won't be a problem at all. We deliver to a lot of hotels. There's a whole load of stuff gone up this week, actually. There's a whole load of stuff gone up this week. That just gets delivered to reception. I think if you're in an apartment, you need to get your local phone number right so that you can kind of take delivery of it. But yeah, there's always, yeah, we send a lot of stuff that way. So I see Chocky Shells there. Hello, hi Michelle. You good? Miss Chocolates there. I haven't seen you for a while. Tried finding micro in Amazon, very difficult. No, it's I believe it's been discontinued. There are some kookaburra versions of it around and about, but I do believe it's been discontinued. So yeah, I've seen some small amounts of it, but not a lot going on. From what I've heard, it's going to be discontinued, but you never know what to believe. And I think Halibut have walloped their prices right. I just read an interesting fact about Halibut this week to do with their shareholders and the volume of shares that have been sold off. The volume of shares that have been sold off, which is devastating, I think, for a business. But it was to do with pricing, right? So, Miss Max is saying, James, how long do you wait before capping caramels? Here's the thing. When I make caramels, I don't put butter in them because I can't temper them. So when I make caramels, I will always make sure that there's an element of chocolate in a caramel because there's an opportunity to temper it. So what that means is I will put some silk in there. The time to cap the caramels is when they're firm enough. What I would do though is once you've piped the caramels, leave them at room temperature for kind of 10-15 minutes, and then we'll give them a good shot of cold for 10 minutes in the fridge, just to firm up that top layer so it skins over a little bit. All honesty, the thinner a caramel is, the harder it is to cap. It's problematic because it always seeps up, and if you've overfilled them, it's an even bigger nightmare. If you've got very runny caramels, use acetate, but put the chocolate on the acetate, spread it on the acetate first, and then lift it over like a chemise, so like a curtain, lift that over onto the mould and then scrape. And you'll wait for that chocolate to be, it doesn't want to go dull, but it just needs to be on the acetate for 20-30 seconds, so it just sits still, and then you lift that over the mould. If you try and cap with acetate by pouring chocolate on and then putting the acetate on and scraping, it's equal mess, and you probably lose a lot of it. In terms of how long do I wait, once that caramel feels firm enough that it would support the capping chocolate, then we will cap. Just make sure we don't overfill them. Just don't overfill them, because once you overfill caramels, there is no turning back from that. They always dome, right? It's very difficult to get them to sit flat. The flat ones sit flat because they're very, very thin, and they're a nightmare to cap anyway, right? So I'm on the Ribena. But if I talked about this before. Unless I was making a butter caramel, in which case we'd use lots of butter. Well, the challenge is butter's very soft at room temperature, whereas chocolate isn't. The room chocolate is quite firmer. So if I look at the caramel ganache that's on my page somewhere, I'll see if I can pin that to the top again. It's 200 cream, 200 sugar, and we'll caramelise. Do dry caramel, add your salt. So 200 cream, 200 sugar. We'll deglaze that sugar, make that caramel, and then we will pour that through a sieve over 95 grams of chocolate. Normally I use caramelised chocolate because I think if you put caramelised chocolate on top of caramel, kind of nothing to go wrong, right? You can use milk white dark. If you're using dark, drop it down to like 70 gram mark. It's more than enough. I think that the cocoa mass that's in there will make it thicken anyway, right? Because of the amount of water that's potentially left in that caramel. So, but if we put chocolate into caramel, one, I think it's a nice flavour, it's a good flavour. Secondly, it thickens it, and so when it cools down, it's a little bit thicker. And I think thirdly, it gives me an opportunity to temper it. And if we temper something, it's got a much nicer mouthfeel to it, right? just been asked to make chocolates for an event for 120 people with NASA, with 10 astronauts attending, but it's for Tuesday. Check on. Yeah, Michelle, that sounds familiar, that, doesn't it? Oh, chef, can you just... Yeah, I just stop everything and chocolates 120. I think you're going to be burning the midnight oil then, right? It's good job the children are off school, right? You haven't got to send them to NASA, right? I don't know. I've been watching this stuff about this this space shuttle launch with the ladies in, and not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but looking at all the evidence, you're like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, it's a good order. Very good order. Do you know what you're going to do? You're going to do galaxy ones, right? NASA's white, isn't it? God, imagine if you had to write that into the shells backwards, right? With scratching them in. God, that would be a challenge, wouldn't it? Or stencils. Can you imagine having to put NASA stencils in a bonbon? Billy might be your man for that one, Michelle. He likes a stencil or two. I don't think he's gonna do them for you though, right? Sorry, I'm just scrolling back to see if there's any. Emma, here's chocolates. Hello. Billy saying a NASA stamp would work. Mo the Baker saying Billy likes a stamp or two, don't you? And a sticker. He's very good at it. I don't joke. He's very, very good at it. If you saw the bunny rabbits that are on the fence, just so cool, right? I wish I had the patience to do that. I've got patience for everything else. I don't know if I've got the patience to put stickers in. Don't get me started on tape. Nobody should spend that long putting tape into a mould only for it to not work, right? It's just, some techniques are for volume. Dry for show, putt for dough, right? So some are for show, some are for dough. And what that means is the complicated ones, you ain't making money on them, right? If you're doing one mould, champion, right? It's a good post. If you're selling them, nobody wants to... How long it takes to put tape. You put all the tape into moulds and then you look at it and go, that looks like I had an earthquake while I was working. And then if you stretch them and you spray, all the tape retracts off the mould, so all of the moulds get filled, right? It would. Tuesday, given no postal, may be an issue, I reckon. I think you're going to have to... Michelle, I think you're going to have to hand deliver them by rocket. They're astronauts. Can't they come and get them? I think that's a legit question, I think, right? So somebody sent you that order and said, oh, can you just rustle up some stuff? Yeah. Just stop everything I'm doing and do that, right? I did one name with stickers on an egg, never again, yeah. Did you pick the sticker if you already said, I'll watch back? No, I didn't pick the sticker. I'm going to choose the sticker. I tell you, Kelly, what's going to happen is, just to explain to everybody again, we did the post, we named them 1 to 7. And then Mrs. So Sassy looked at them and said, I kind of like all of them, so I want all of them. So we're going to do all of them, but we're going to pick a winner on Sunday night based on how everybody votes. What's difficult is everybody's gone in and said, oh, I like 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I'm gonna do a spreadsheet. I'm gonna count them up. It might be that I kind of just choose one that we like and that we feel, but I think what we are going to do is the 7 that are there. I think we're going to get them all done, and then over a period of time, you might or you might not get all 7 stickers. I don't know, but Mrs. So Sassy said, I like all of them. Print all of them. So, and I'm a good boy, so I do as I'm told because she runs that side of the business. So that's what we do. She's decided. The boss has decided, so that's what we're doing, right? Also, I think it's a really good idea. No, there's no sticker action tonight. Sunday night, 7 p.m. I'll close the comments on that post. But go over to the Chocy Chat page and, go and have some really, really nice posts this week. There's some amazing Paul Todd does the stamps here. Marissa as well in the US does the stamps, the negative stamps. Just some amazing artwork, some absolutely amazing artwork. I think I saw, did Melissa Root do one as well? I'll catch up with her after. I'm going to get Melissa on to have a chat as well anyway. I don't know if we're going to be it'd be Chocky Chat Sticker Bingo. Yeah, why not? We're Chocky Chat crew, we can do whatever we want, right? There are no bonbon police. Somebody tried to tell me that there are bonbon police. There aren't. There are no bonbon police. There aren't. Doesn't exist. It'll be people that are over anxious about details in bonbons that they didn't make. Most of us call them judges. I'm not a big fan. And they're judges because of what? They sat in a classroom for half an hour, now they're a judge. No. Have 30, 40 years of experience in kitchens and judging international competitions. You can call yourself a judge, right? We've had some great admissions tonight, haven't we? We've had Laverco Chocolate say she's in the kitchen right now making Easter eggs because she forgot to do one for her children. It's just, you couldn't write this stuff better, could you? Michelle's like, yeah, I've got to make NASA chocolates for Tuesday. Also, there's no way to deliver them. That's just no help, is it? Chocolate, just when you think you're over the finish line, you kind of get a grenade, don't you? It's like that. Yeah, have that one. Oh, chef, can you just... I got rid of the last boxes that we had. I didn't get rid of. I got the last chocolates that were ordered out to the people. And as I handed 2 boxes over the other day, it's like, oh, is there any chance I can have another 6? No. No. Not till I do another collection. He goes, oh, no, do they take you that long? Yeah, I'll rustle them up in a minute. It's a bit like cracking an egg, you know. It's like, you know, roll it out, give a bit of a shake, boom. There you go, there's the bonbons. If only, right? It takes a lot of time for us to do the amazing stuff. There's a lot of waiting around in chocolate. Do you know, there's a lot of waiting around. And whilst we do long hours, it's not all long hours of work. A lot of it's just waiting around for, you know, moulds or stuff to crystallise, or chiseling bits of chocolate off your bench and then realising you walked it all the way around the house, right? I know, I've been there. Yeah, I've been reading the rules for design. It's almost not worth the stress of entering. Yeah. Right. I don't know. I deal with IAC competitions and the World Association of Chef Societies, and they are all chefs that are at the top of their game and have been professionals for all their careers. And we have a specific format of how we judge, and all of it is to do with encouragement. All of it is to do with encouragement. Like for anybody that's judging at that level of the stuff that I've done internationally, if you're judging, you find the person that did it and you have a chat with them afterwards and you go through all the details. If you gave them a silver, you need to explain to that young person, you got a silver because of this, and if you'd done this, this and this, you'd have been nearer to a gold, right? Otherwise, how else do you learn? There are some chocolate competitions that I look at and think, you go there, you get judged, you get nothing, right? And I kind of have an issue with that. So yeah, how do people think it takes 5 minutes? If any chocolates took 5 minutes. Oh no, I did a delivery yesterday, 1 hour drive each way, never again. If we do wholesale, where it's bulk, right? So they go in the trays. I'll go and deliver those. And we're on an island. There's a few boxes here, there, and everywhere, and then the rest kind of all got posted out because they're all private orders. None of what I made actually made it onto the website because it literally was taken before I even had a chance. So other than that, it's friends and family and a few other bits and pieces. But yeah, driving an hour to deliver something, I hope that was more than like 1 or 2 boxes. I hope that was worth the trip, right? And you added that on in terms of time. Right, what time we got? It is 9:30. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea with Mrs. So Sassy. We're taking next week off. So there's no orders going to go out at all until, no orders will go out until next Monday the 28th, next collection. We're taking a break. You'll find out where we're going and what we're doing. So yeah, as Michelle said, the competitions are good if you get feedback and it helps improve, but they all don't. They judge, they sit back. You got these judges that are like, yeah, I'm important. I'm the most important person. You're not. You know, if you're judging, you're not the important person at all. Go out with your big hat on, stroke your ego. Can't be done with that. If you're judging people, you've got an absolute responsibility to go and find that person and show them how they can improve. If not, you're just an ego with a hat. Lots of colours. Order. Nothing's going to go out till the 28th. Have a look at the YouTube channel, so I'll get that one. Go and have a look at the Chocy Chat page. You didn't need to order for the workshop, Ruth, because I've got some for you. Ruth, we'll have a chat. What else was I going to say? YouTube channel, and then go and have a look at Chocy Chat page, and you see the stickers. And I'll catch up with you during the week, because we'll be posting and sharing you some stories. Have an amazing weekend, everybody. I think everybody deserves a rest. It's been Christmas, then it was, you know, January top up, then it was Valentine's Day, then it was Mother's Day, then it was Eid, then it was, and then it's Easter, right? So it's been quite a slog for you chocolatiers. So enjoy some time off, take stock, make notes, write down the things that lessons that you learned, and if you're going to do it again, how would you do it differently? Not what you disliked. That ain't worth writing down. Write down what you would do differently, and keep a log of what it is that you're doing. Have a lovely week. I will see you all throughout the week, and you'll find out what's going on and where we are. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.